Welcome to the Gamers at Large Midweek Show. Tonight we got a packed cast. We're gonna start with Jamie. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
We also got Quan. Quan, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right, Shep.
Oh, sorry. You hear me? Hey, people, the interpret ABTs first. Let's do it.
Okay, Vicky.
Hey, what's good?
And we also got Kaiser. How you doing, man?
All good right now.
All right. First things up tonight, we got some November releases. It's that time of the year. It's holiday season, so you know what that means. That means big releases and everything's coming out. And of course, the first one this week is Call of Duty. Me personally, I'm pretty much bummed out and burned out on Call of Duty. But the one I know Quan's looking forward to is Fallout 4.
Damn right.
Oh, 4, can't wait.
Fallout 4 next week, November 10th.
Damn Skippy and that ain't Jiff.
Are y'all getting the Pip Boy?
Nah, I didn't get the Pip Boy. Didn't land on that too quick. Otherwise, man, I'd be rocking my phone inside that sucker.
The problem is that that version was sold out so fast.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, as soon as I found out about it, it was gone. I was mad.
They did not make a lot of those, and they should have anticipated that, but whatever. It is what it is.
Or at least sell the Pip-Boy. I don't in the Bethesda store or something.
Man,
Yeah.
they should have sold a bunch of them, man, for real. You know how many Galaxy S4s, S5s, iPhones, etc. are out there that are in the hands of Fallout fans? They could have been making money hand over fist. I'm sorry. I think that was stupid of them.
Or at least make it where it not go that fast. I'm like, that thing was gone in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was literally the same day gone. I was like,
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm gonna save myself $120, and I'm gonna take 2 toilet paper rolls, tape them together, and then paint them and slide my phone in. Bam, Pip-Boy.
Hey, it might work.
I might just use my tablet and just put that thing right on my desk, and there you go.
Or you could try some 3D printing.
Jamie had the right idea. Grab some stuff, tape it together, and pretend it's the real deal. Keep it moving.
Well, the other big one is Star Wars Battlefront. That's another big one. The demo wasn't that bad. In my opinion. It wasn't that bad.
The problem with the game is mostly the season pass and all the money they asking for that season pass and the premium versions.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that. But yeah. Yeah, not bad. I know some people are hyped for it. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. For me personally, I know I'm gonna have to wait and see. I'm in wait and see mode.
I think it's okay for what they're trying to do, but for players who played Star Wars Battlefront 2, that game is not it will be not that good for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We also finally got a release for Rodea the Sky Soldier. That hits November 10th. I don't know. I may have to look into that one. I don't really know.
I would get it.
I think I might cop that.
Yeah, because that's the one by Yuji Naka and his team. If you don't know who Yuji Naka is, that's the creator of Sonic. Yeah, so that's his game. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one, but I'm probably gonna have to wait and see. I'm in wait and see mode because a couple games got my attention right now. The other big one is Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. That's November 20th.
That's gonna have to wait until next month.
Yeah, but they did put out a little trailer with I guess one of the fairies from Mario 3D World is now a tennis star. Go figure. Gotta love that Mario Sports where they just put in random people.
They made up one, Waluigi, so why not?
Yeah, why not? And that's pretty much the big ones. That's pretty much the big releases that are coming out across like the majority of the big releases that I know of. Anyway, any other releases any of y'all looking forward to?
Yokai Watch.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's Friday.
It's like the refresh of Pokemon.
Okay.
Yep, I gotta say here, there's one guy in the Gamers at Large Facebook group, and you might be listening to this, but I'm gonna make fun of him for a second here. Jimmy McKee of our Gamers at Large Facebook group. It's like he's on the payroll for Yokai Watch. He's been posting article after article after article for days about it.
One way or another, this game gonna sell.
Exactly.
I want to see
He's a little excited about it.
right now.
One way or another, that game gonna sell one way for him anyway. Yeah, but I've heard nothing but good things about Yokai Watch though.
Yeah, it was fun when I was playing it at New York Comic Con.
Okay, cool. Cause yeah, that was one of those ones I was looking like, okay, that's interesting. So plus it's a big hit in Japan, so go figure. All right, now this next topic. Well, as you guys know, I had to go home last week. Had some personal issues to take care of, but there was an article on IGN, basically talking about Halo 5 and how the trailers and the marketing had lied to people, which I found to be highly funny, seeing as how, and I'm coming at it from a movie standpoint. There's a reason why people don't like to watch trailers for movies, and one of those main reasons is because trailers usually do lie, or
they show you only the good parts of the movie, and then you watch it.
Stuff like that. People have been saying like they want their games to be more cinematic and they want all that. Well, guess what? If you want more cinematic games, you're finna start getting a lot of lying in trailers. Get used to it. It's here now. So I just want to get you guys' thoughts on the whole lying trailers and ads, and is it really that serious? Because I don't think it's that serious. I think it's hilarious at this point.
Okay, so my thoughts on that is you're an idiot if you think those trailers is what you're going to be playing. I have no hope for you, and I pray for your soul. Because I can't understand how you can possibly think that beautiful trailer that you see, you're like, wow, that's what I'm going to be playing? No, hell no, it's not.
Are we talking about the live action trailer on the commercial? I'm sorry.
They're like,
all
oh,
of them.
yeah, it's so awesome. I'm like, really? No. Are you serious? Are you stupid? I have no sympathy for anybody who complains.
Has anybody ever seen, like, does nobody remember the video game commercials of yesteryear where, you know, like it'll be like literally video footage of two people fighting, and that's the cover for Street Fighter for a commercial or whatever. Like real people, and you know the game doesn't look like that, but they would have footage of it.
I got you beat back in the day when they had like those Star Wars games and stuff, and the game itself is just like 4 or 5 lines in different colors. But the commercial, you see these guys in these cool badass like space jets and stuff going straight space combat. Yeah, that definitely looks like that Atari game.
Here's a point that I want to make about this. You know, ever since image editing on a PC, like for everybody, became a thing, there's been this thing called bullshots. It's more or less existed since around the PS1 era. You know, these companies would take screenshots from the game, they would doctor them up, make them look a little better, smooth out the edges, and the game you would get wouldn't look like the game was in the magazines. And that's been a big thing ever since the 90s. It hasn't changed. I don't understand why this is such a huge thing, because we've always gotten misleading commercials, misleading advertisements, misleading magazine reviews. This is nothing new.
And it's not exclusive to games either. Like
No.
Any magazine with cars in it, the car is going to have scuffs on it. The girl is not that pretty that's standing next to the car. The food doesn't look that good. It may not actually be food. It may be glued together plastic that looks shiny, but that resembles the burger that you want to eat. This has been. Have you ever been living? Have you ever seen any of this kind of stuff before? Because
No, apparently they have not.
Think about all the the thing about all the trailers is that they create hype, and if that hype is not given a good response when their game is released, well, you know what happens.
Let's talk about the Dead Island trailer, for example. That thing was building up hype, like hype on top of hype, and then when it came out, it was nothing like the trailer.
Yeah, that was really an interesting case, the Dead Island one.
That was definitely a bull shot if I ever did see one.
Well, the best bull shot is definitely was it Wizards and Warriors with Fabio on it? Wizards and Warriors 2.
Oh God.
That one was hilarious.
Well, I was gonna say Watch Dogs, but you got me beat Shadow. So
Yeah, Watch Dogs. That was actually them trying to do that instead of Yeah, and I still have that picture. I can post it again if you like, but that's the best thing I like to put up all the time. It's some hilarious stuff.
so
But yeah, the problem here is that all the expectations the trailer create is when they don't get a response. You know what happens when expectations are not met.
Yeah, there's usually some type of backlash. Usually.
Yep, since we know how the internet reacts to bad expectations.
Yeah, that I just found it funny because I'm like, people are actually getting. I'm like, they were getting mad. I'm like, dude, it's just first of all, it was a clickbait article. Secondly, I'm like, this isn't new. I'm like, this has been happening since forever with everything across multiple forms of media. So why in the world is it now you're mad about Halo? Really? You mad about those, trailers? I'm like, okay, well, whatever, dude. I don't get where that was coming from, but hey, yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
Games press and modern gamers never get mad about the things they should be mad about until it hits close to home.
Exactly. Yeah. Then now it's an issue.
Totally nailed it, Jamie.
Yep.
Yeah. Hilarity always ensues. So. Now, another thing that came out, I know you guys know about, I know everybody knows about the whole Elite controller that Microsoft put out, the whole controller that's, pretty much configurable in and of itself. And I got to thinking, like, what if, like, do you think that that's going to become like a thing? Like, if that actually takes off, do you think Sony and Microsoft are going to make something where they can actually config out their controllers?
Well, actually, I just caught an article on Facebook not 20 minutes ago stating that there is currently a worldwide shortage of Xbox Elite controllers, and that won't be remedied until after the holidays.
Wow,
outstanding!
Really?
Manufacture that shortage.
Well, but it's a new thing.
It seems like they're really hard to make, from what I gather. So.
Yeah, and they really hyped it a lot in the E3, I think, when they showed that.
Yeah. But that's unfortunate, but I do kind of think that's actually, like, I was just wondering, like, could that be like the new norm if it actually picks up?
It can be another market, I think, but I don't think it will be a standard.
In my opinion, personally, they need to get their stuff together first. Like, PlayStation 5, I should not have to buy yet another joystick for it. Especially if all these systems the PlayStation has been using USB since the PlayStation 2. Why am I buying different joysticks for each system?
I just want them to put a battery in there that lasts more than 3 hours.
Well, there's that too. But.
I mean, y'all asking for too much.
I'm sorry, man. That Killer Instinct fight stick was $500 at launch, man. So I'm gonna pay $1,000 to play Killer Instinct. That what you telling me? I'm gonna pay $1,000 at launch to. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what you'll be doing.
That's pretty much what they told you, dude.
I came close. I came pretty close, but no.
Hold on, you almost did that.
I almost did, man. It had Killer Instinct on the stick, and you could.
Dude, for that, you could have bought a Killer Instinct machine.
Yes, I almost did at one point in time. Killer Instinct 2, I almost bought one for almost $400 one time.
Oh, Lord.
From the at all, Shadow. That's a sad part because Final Fantasy Tactics. I got it on my phone, my tablet, my DS, and my PlayStation, and my PSP Vita.
Sometimes when you're a fanboy, man, you just gotta feed yourself. I have every version of Killer Instinct there is to have.
I have
Every
every
one of
version
them.
except for the iPhone version because I don't rock Apple yet. Maybe, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know if I would go as far as to play an iPhone game though. I came close to buying the Marvel versus DC on Android a long time ago because it actually looked pretty cool the way that you're able to like hit certain hitboxes and stuff by tapping on the screen. That was kind of cool, but I don't know. I don't think I could go all that way, and I love some Killer Instinct, man. That's yeah.
Yeah, I would hope they don't do that with Killer Instinct. That would. I would hope they don't do that.
Yeah. I don't think the combos will work.
I will pretty much find myself playing that. I'm not gonna lie. All right. The last thing that I actually got, the Star Fox teaser site went up. I want to say either this morning or last night, and a lot of people. I saw a lot of articles today when I was at lunch, basically saying that it's confirmed to have online multiplayer. Do you guys think that's true?
They have not confirmed it yet. They just say it has online functionalities, but not telling what it is.
What
That
it
could be Miiverse.
is? Yeah.
That's exactly what Player Essence said.
So, if let's say hypothetically speaking, they do have online multiplayer, what you guys think is going to be? Dogfights? Or
I hope so.
I hope so.
Or-
Dogfights and Star Fox.
They've already done it. That's what I don't get. Like Command did it.
Yeah, that's true. So
That's
just
fine in your wallpaper.
platinum, I'm expecting like ridiculousness.
Awesome. That's true.
I think since they went back to the drawing board, that's probably what they're going to do. They may or may not add voice chat. I don't think that's really relevant.
See, why are you gonna bring up voice chat? You know it like split the community, the Nintendo community for Splatoon. Don't mention that. We do not mention that. It's like
I must mention voice chat.
And it's already been split.
Why don't you
have
bring
to
up text
complain.
chat while you're at it?
You have to complain about not being able to talk to the people that you already talk to all the time on Google Plus.
it's
So
like
when you
Bloody
switch
Mary
systems, you
keeps
have to.
saying it's gonna come true.
Yeah, so instead of keeping one constant thing, so you can constantly talk to people the entire time you're playing games, no matter what platform you're on. No, let me sign in. Let me make sure you sign in. Let me add you to my chat so we can talk to each other. And when I gotta sign out to go play Bayonetta, then I gotta make sure that voice chat is on in Bayonetta and you're on there too, and you're on my friends list, and I add you on all these three of these platforms. Yeah, because we don't want to do it all with much less voice quality than Google Hangouts.
Okay, people, direct all hate mail to Shadowfox.
I will receive it all.
Wow.
I'm backing up in a heartbeat. I would much rather stick headphones in my phone and stream Hangouts on my phone while playing a video game than dealing with subpar voice quality with random dipshits or even friendly dipshits.
Locked to one platform.
Exactly. Like I hadn't dealt with voice chat in a long time, and then I got Gears of War Ultimate Edition recently, and I was like, yeah, let's log online. I'll go into a match and I'm playing. Like the first fucking thing I hear, or I'm trying to I gotta calm my language down. I forgot. Sorry, guys. The first thing I hear.
New gamers at large.
The first thing I hear is some dude railing at some other dude, calling him every single possible offensive F word you can think of. Like, not just your run-of-the-mill F words, but a few new ones, too, while we're at it. And I'm just like, why do people want this and everything again? I don't understand.
Well,
I just turned it off immediately.
I mean, it's needed, especially in Battlefront.
You must have it. No, wait, it doesn't count for Battlefront. It doesn't count.
The sarcasm is real tonight, I see.
Yeah, just like it doesn't count in Batman, I don't know, Demon Souls. We can go on, but clearly that's only a Nintendo issue apparently.
These screenshots look HD to me. I'm not sure though. It is Star Fox, so.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
The
Oh,
Force
that's
of
cool.
Funness.
I just hope they don't go DLC crazy with it.
I don't. What would you do with DLC for Star Fox though?
I don't
I
know,
think
decals on the ships.
You probably have to do
Mm,
extra missions.
probably
If
more
they would do
maps,
that, it would have to be extra missions.
maybe upgrades to the I don't know.
I say they should make it so that you can make different designs on the ships using amiibo. Bam! That way I can have a Yoshi. I can have a Yoshi R-wing.
Oh my
Wally,
God.
Yoshi,
You gotta
Wally
Don't
stop
give
this.
Arwing?
them ideas, Quan. Don't do it.
Like, why would you do that?
Wally Arwing?
Although I wouldn't mind a Greninja Arwing.
No, I want a woolly Yoshi R-wing for real.
With fur flying everywhere.
Wow.
Or, oh my God! Anybody use the little glitter
Ooh,
shit put up for the jets?
wait, Rob the robot R-wing. Ah.
That makes the most sense. Rob 64.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
That would be crazy. But if they were to do DLC, it'd probably just be like more missions anyway. I don't see them like going too crazy.
More missions. I'm definitely behind that. I'm behind that 24/7. If they do more missions, yeah. Hold my wallet, please.
Because, I mean, Star Fox games aren't known for being incredibly long.
Yeah.
So except for like Dinosaur Planet, that one was long. But other than that, they're usually not known for being like extensively long games. So if they do DLC, it'll probably just be. I can only imagine it just being like missions. Extra
Why'd
missions.
you bring up Dinosaur Planet? Now I got that whole
Because,
tricky
man.
in my ear again.
You gotta
But
find the
you like
Triforce in the Legend of Crystal. You have to
Yeah,
find
Yeah, dude.
Silence.
It's
I
like,
actually
it's
like
like
that game.
Fox, where
the
are you
Legend of
going?
Crystal.
I actually like that game. I didn't like Tricky, but I did like that game.
I'm serious. That thing was like the Navi of that game. Good lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, listen. Sorry.
Hey, listen. I got something really cool to show you.
Oh my God, I just realized something. I did not pre-order this. Oh my God. Oh, well,
You're doing it again.
sorry.
Hey, did anybody catch that Metroid fan film?
Yes.
That was really incredible.
Okay, so here's my thing. It's non-profit. I don't buy that for a second.
Well, Jessica Chobot's in it.
Exactly. That's why I don't buy it.
It's for profit.
It's clearly for profit. Because I have a strange. I really do not believe that she did that for free.
Well, I didn't have a It didn't look bad. But
No, I thought it was cool, but
yeah, I thought it was cool. But my only issue would probably be with Jessica.
yeah, she cannot.
I was not feeling the blonde wig.
Yeah. Give me a true blonde, please. Preferably Australian, but whatever.
Oh.
No, Swedish is where it's at, dude.
Okay. I can't be too
You know,
picky.
I've seen those bikini teens, man.
So let me ask you, live action or CG cell shade? If you were going with Metro, if you were gonna try to do a Metroid.
I like what they did, which was the mix of both.
Okay.
I thought that was kind of cool.
I'm with it too.
The combination was really good. Though.
Wait, what are we discussing? I think I missed a part here.
The
Yeah,
Metroid
Metroid
fan.
fan
There's a
film.
Metroid fan
Oh,
film.
the
It's like
fan
11
film.
minutes long.
Yeah, it looked like a cross between the old Metroid commercials that Nintendo did on TV and some scenes of Iron Man.
Right.
Yeah. Although I had to say, if they're gonna do the whole Iron Man thing, they need to do a way better job because that didn't look right. Because it didn't look. They need to like actually have the HUD reflecting off her face.
Yeah, they didn't.
That didn't.
But see, I guess the good thing was she was only there for a couple seconds at a time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So, but yeah,
As far as like live action versus CGI and video games, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but have you seen the Warcraft movie teaser?
yeah, saw that,
Oh my god!
I haven't seen
Yeah.
and I did like that they used the music from Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. That was actually an extra little plus.
Crap, I gotta go back and find it.
Yeah, here I'll link in the chat for you guys. I'm pulling it up right now. It's like 16 seconds. We get the full trailer on
Friday.
Friday. But
Yeah.
I mean, it looks phenomenal. It's a great combination of CGI and live action with what are they called? Realistic effects. I can't remember.
Practical effects.
Practical effects. That's the word. That's the word. But I saw on Reddit that there's a lot of stuff that just, even in the 16-second trailer, that they're really paying attention to things that have been in the games. Like, one snapshot I shared on Facebook is, I don't know how familiar you guys are with World of Warcraft, but I'm sure there's plenty of our listeners that will be too.
I play the game a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a shot that was pulled out by people on Reddit, and it's, of these big orcs. They're standing next to a direwolf, which is like the orc mount. They're standing on a hill in Westfall, right?
Yeah,
Which is
I
like
saw
one of
that.
the major, one of the major early zones. But on the left-hand side, you can see that it looks like they ripped a signpost right from the game. Like, it looks like an authentic signpost. You would just stop and figure out where you're going in the game without a map. On the right-hand side, they have a harvest golem, which is like a low-level enemy that's populated in that zone. That's things you wouldn't think they would put in there, but clearly this movie's gonna be a labor of love, and that's what video game movies should be.
Do you think it's going to be a mix of most of the MMO stuff you see and maybe some of the Warcraft 3 stuff?
I think they're going with more of the Warcraft 3 story, but for a lot of the visual things, a lot of the callbacks, a lot of the references are going to do with the game, because way more people play World of Warcraft than have ever played the original Warcraft trilogy.
Touche.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
The movie will be based on the first game, Warcraft Orcs and Humans.
Because wasn't the story the best? Because I've heard like mixed things, but I heard that the story was better on 3.
I'll say, has it gotten better?
I'm
Because I've been reading a lot of the fan fiction for years.
Well, the first two
Yes,
games
I read
really
fan fiction,
didn't
so.
have that much of exposition in the story. The third one was the one who had that much exposition.
Yeah, 2 had a lot of a more backstory on more than anything else, and
Okay.
yeah, and 3 is like all story mode.
Okay.
So that probably that may be from them dealing with StarCraft and how that was received. So they were kind of trying to figure out where to go next. So that's probably how we got Warcraft 3 like that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It was really incredible for its time.
Mm-hmm. Really good. Oh man, more Warcraft.
Yeah. When is that even supposed to hit? Next year?
Yeah, it said 2016 on the trailer.
Yeah, it's going to be
Okay.
early 2016, I believe.
So it's probably gonna be well. Hopefully they're smart and don't go around near March, April, or May, because they're not gonna make no money if they come out in March, April, or May of next year. I'm just gonna go and be honest. You're not gonna beat Cap. You're not gonna beat Batman and Superman. And you're not gonna beat what's the other one that's coming out in May? Crap, I can't even remember the big movies coming out in May.
In 2016.
Yeah,
When is Deadpool coming?
Deadpool's February.
Huh.
Their best bet is to go up against Deadpool because Deadpool is rated R.
Yeah, Deadpool
That's
is
the
gonna be
best
funny
bet.
though. That's gonna be really funny.
Yeah. That guy Ryan Reynolds did a Halloween stunt with the Deadpool costume.
Oh yeah, that was funny with the little kids. That was hilarious. That was pretty much hilarious. He pretty much ripped on Fox for how they be doing X-Men. And then one girl ripped on him for being Green Lantern. That was hilarious.
Ah,
That was too funny.
hey, I don't blame Ryan Reynolds for that movie. That was clearly the fault of the DC execs.
Yeah, and he's letting everybody know it.
I don't really trust DC to do a decent movie. I'll trust them with TV shows, because The Flash is amazing,
Yeah,
but movies, not so much.
Yeah, the original DC cartoons. Well, I won't say the original, but the remastered ones that came out in the 90s, complete with black cel shaded backgrounds, were pretty cool.
yeah.
Batman the Animated Series, yeah.
Yeah, Batman, they did Superman and Batman Beyond.
Yeah,
They
Just-
kind of did all those with.
Justice League,
Yeah.
Justice League Unlimited.
That it.
Yep. If it's animated, they're good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah,
What,
DC.
what,
DC.
was Static DC then at the time, or
Yeah,
was it
Static
still?
was DC. He was
Okay.
DC. He was DC. Warner Brothers went to soup that up right quick.
Wow.
I was like, oh hell no, we getting that money.
Speaking of DC, when is Suicide Squad coming to?
Also, Suicide Squad. That's right. When is that coming out?
That's August. They pushed that to August,
Oh,
which
okay.
makes no sense because it's technically supposed to take place before Batman vs Superman. Don't
Well,
ask.
it's reasonable because Batman vs Superman is coming before, and I know that Suicide Squad should tie the movie,
Yeah, but
but
the Suicide Squad stuff that happens before Batman vs Superman, which makes no sense because if it happens before Batman vs Superman, then
But Jay, you should know by now, bro, that
Yeah,
sometimes they like to put. No, not even that. I was actually gonna say they like to put prequels after the movies for some strange reason. Look at Lord of the Rings.
They could just have no order whatsoever, like The Walking Dead.
yeah.
That's it. There you go.
Or Lost, I guess, which was the precursor to that craziness.
I can't even say it. Chronological order does not exist unless it's convenient.
They're like, hey, we've made a couple of TV shows and movies now, but we're really big fans of Pulp Fiction. Let's really screw with people.
Oh Lord. Oh my gosh.
So here's our story. Let's get our randomizer here and figure out how we're gonna chop this up. And that's
Lost
what the
was
viewer
confusing enough as it is until they done that BS.
Which was awesome.
It was awesome until the end.
That is true. I can't deny
That was really weird.
Oh god, that ending though.
going back to games, have you guys played the Indivisible demo?
The Who demo?
Which one?
Indivisible.
Nah,
No.
I didn't play that.
It's,
Okay.
Where's that on? What platform?
it's in all platforms right now. You can play the demo on Mac, Linux, PC, and recently they released it in PS4 too, the demo of Indivisible. It's from the guys that developed Skullgirls.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And from what I see, it's a really good mix between Paper Mario and the Mario and Luigi RPGs.
speaking of which, you guys were
Okay,
talking
now
about
I see it.
you guys
That's
were talking
zero.
about November releases earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to make November or not, but I have a strange feeling it's going to be close. What is anybody else interested in Fast Racing Neo?
Yeah, but they won't commit to a date.
Yeah, well, Nintendo makes that call.
Yeah. Nobody's committing to a date. I keep seeing them talking about it, but I'm like, bruh, can y'all give me a date? The only thing they say is it's coming in 2015. I'm like, okay.
I guess it's all about who you know because the Boson family, they got that Shantae. They're locked.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, December, we're good, we're in.
Yeah.
So-
So that's another
This
one.
looks great.
The only problem is they won't. There's no date on it. They just keep saying 2015. So, for what I understand, it's running at 60 frames per second, 720p. So, and everything I'm looking at, every time they show a trailer for it, which they've done about 2, it looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great. So, I'm looking forward to it, but I would love it if they would just give me a date. A date and a cost.
Yes, a date and a cost would be great. I think they were gearing for like $20 on eShop. I think that was I think that was what they were talking about. I don't know if that's legitimate or not, but I think I remember I think it was at Nindy's at night. I think it was the talk show type thing that they were featured on, and I think they mentioned the $20 price point on that too. But I don't think that's official. I think he was just kind of saying that in conversation to say, hey, we're looking at around this price point.
Oh, okay.
So,
But that's probably one of those indie games I'm looking forward to. Is that one? And when does Cuphead come out? Was that supposed to be this year?
That's a good question.
A long time ago. That should be out by now. That was what, a year and some change ago? Last year, right?
No, I
Is
saw
this E3, dude?
It was this E3?
yeah,
I could have
Yeah.
sworn,
they
I could've
showed
sworn that was a
it.
PS4 demo like a year ago. If I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn I seen it longer ago than that.
For Cuphead?
Yeah, for Cuphead.
Okay, now you got me. Now you have me curious. I'm about to do some research because
Yeah,
I first heard of Cuphead this E3.
yeah, that's when I first heard about it. But
Yeah,
and if I'm not mistaken, like it was like uh winter 2015 was what the on the announcement trailer or whatever.
Cuphead,
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
it's at
Let's see.
2016 for Xbox One.
Oh, God.
Okay, so no, it wasn't. It wasn't at E3 last year, but it's a Unity game, so it probably was at the Unity Expo. Probably where I saw it first, because at E3 was not the first time I've seen this game.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay, that's fine.
but it is using Unity.
Oh, okay. So that ain't too bad. All right.
Man,
All right. Because that was the only other indies I was actually looking forward to for the rest of the year was Fast Racing Neo and Cuphead. But since Cuphead obviously got pushed back to 2016, all right then. I ain't got to worry about that.
Cuphead is really looking good, bro.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one of those day one pickups for sure.
Plus, I'm a fan of that old school animation anyway.
Oh yeah, they did that really well.
Jay, have you gotten any deeper into Freedom Planet? Because I've been playing it in
Yep. I'm at
the
the end.
story's nice. That game is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm at the end. I'm going through. Brevin keeps throwing stuff at me. I'm like, bruh, just take your ass whooping like a man, please.
Yeah, I'm maybe probably about halfway there. I think I'm in zone 6.
Yeah, it's actually I like how they set it up where it has like an adventure mode and the classic mode. If you don't want to go through the story,
Yep.
you don't have to.
And you get to pick characters because it took me forever to figure out what the hell the gas cans were for. I realized
Yeah, for the
that I had
bike.
the wrong character. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't tell me you're trying to pick them up.
Yes, I was for the longest time. I have Miiverse posts. What are these for? So, yeah.
At first I thought they were like bombs. I could like use them to blow someone because like the thing about that game is you'll be running along and as soon as you run, you're in the middle of a mid boss fight.
Yep.
I'm like, what the heck? Where did this come from?
They throw them out there for you, and for those that have not played this game yet, once you do play it, I cannot understate how powerful your dash is, and I won't say just for reaching new heights. It is also a very versatile weapon, specifically for bosses.
Yeah, because there's a couple of bosses you're gonna need that thing for.
Yeah, it's really good for breaking shields.
Yeah.
So, oh man, but yeah, good game. So if anybody likes Sonic, or you like a little bit of what's the name of that? What's the name of that game? That Genesis game. Gunstar Heroes. If you like a little Gunstar Heroes with your Sonic, that's probably what you're looking for.
Yeah. I'll co-sign that. I mean, we're talking about old school Sonic, like Sonic 2, you know.
Oh, back when it was
3.
fun.
Yeah, and for you,
Back when his speed was relevant.
Yeah.
for you Nintendo haters out there, it's also on Steam. It came out last year. You can cop that. You can go ahead and. I don't know how much it is on Steam right now. I have to pull my account back up again, even though Quan had me looking at it feeling broke for a train simulator.
Yeah, for real. God damn.
You can't do that, man. That's every grown man's fantasy. It's just like you can't do that. It's like I think about all the train sets I ever had in my life and how much they cost, and I could just buy this one and have all of them.
Dude, that $5,000 worth of DLC. I mean, like, I was seeing one thing worse. You know, Peter Molyneux has a game called Curiosity, right?
I believe that.
The pickaxe costs the diamond pickaxe costs $50,000.
That's crazy.
What?
I'm not joking.
Just so you can dig in this game and find supposed surprises.
At least it does something because there was that one thing skin for that horse, $55, and it doesn't do a damn thing. Just makes the horse look cool.
I'm gonna paste this. Watch this. I'm telling you, your wallet's gonna cry when you see this article.
The thing about that game was that you were going to find something about you were going to be the god of the new game, Godus. That's what all the thing was of curiosity. But in the end, Godus was not a really good game.
In curiosity, hold on, let me see. Let me look at this tab. I gotta see this. This is craziness.
Now you can't tell me that's not retarded.
Yeah, that's foul. That's foul.
A train simulator. Awesome.
Yeah.
No, I posted worse than the train
Hold
simulator.
on, hold on. Look at the quotes are awesome. I'm not doing this to purely monetize.
What?
I don't mind monetization. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. This guy's horrible. The diamond chisel is 100
Wow.
times more powerful, but it costs $50,000 and there's only one available.
Oh my.
Stephen Hawking runs better than this game. Ouch.
Molyneux said he was trying to make free-to-play supported by monetization feel like an investment for someone. What the? I think this guy legitimately. I don't think he's like everybody else. Like most of these publishers and these bigwigs come out here, they spin the spiel to spin the spiel. I think this guy actually believes the shit he's saying.
And this is the same guy who made the game Black and White, one of the most ingenious games ever.
Yes, and then he said, "I'm not doing that ever again." Here's Fable.
Wow, dude.
You know why? He knows he can't top it.
Of course not. Black and
Well, he
White.
was gonna do BC, which was essentially Black and White for a different time period, but
Oh man, but Black and White was ingenious. I mean, the time that Mike Tiger got mad at me for spanking him for eating a human, so he decides to take his poop, take a dump, light it on fire, and
that was right on time.
Spence.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
All right, as an aside here, kind of going off for a conversation earlier, apparently GameStop has both Xbox One and PS4 Pit-Boy bundles available for Fallout 4 right now.
What?
Really?
Okay, Quan,
But
get on it, Kaiser.
the amiibos though, they're really raping your wallet.
Yeah, totally. Not this $190 bundle for crap in a game.
Oh, what was it? $100 for the Halo 3 helmet, or I thought it was for that bundle.
I don't
Legendary.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. You're right. That's bananas.
Except that there was nothing legendary about it at all, and it wasn't a limited edition. There were millions of those things.
Yeah.
You know what's sad? If Capcom does a good Mega Man game and it comes with a Mega Buster, that shit would sell out mad quick.
I'm fairly certain. Or a Mega Man helmet, which, or I'm sorry, a Rockman helmet.
Yeah.
You gotta clarify, man. People will fight you over that.
Yep. Give me my Rockman helmet.
Like, dude, calm down. It's not that serious.
That's greed.
Well, another news, there is a rumor about StarCraft, Warcraft 3, and Diablo 2 being remastered for the...
I would like to get back into that.
Well, it seems that Blizzard is hiring some people to remaster those games.
Man,
Do you know who's doing it? Have they picked them yet?
They just are hiring people, and they are describing as titans of their time and they are being restored to their former glory.
I don't understand. Okay, like, I understand why people would do that, say if it was like a Steam release or something like that. But the people that are going to appreciate this game or this set of releases probably already have the treasure boxes, if you will, of all the different versions of those games. So I don't.
Yeah.
If they're going to you got to roll back all that content.
Yeah, a friend I know has the Diablo 2 already, and the expansion of Diablo 2 and Warcraft 3 and the expansion of the Frozen Throne. So why would you buy the remastered game?
Yeah, it's got to be a hell of a bonus other than like resolution, man. Because Brood War plays just fine on my Mac right now. I can pop that in all the time.
Well,
I think,
unlike you gentlemen, I used to play it on my friend's computer. I never got my own copy, so this is perfect for someone like me.
Yeah.
that's true also, but I think that from what they are saying, they are
Because my computer sucked, so.
for their glory, so they might use new engines. Their the actual engines from StarCraft 2 and Diablo 3 maybe for this game.
Oh, okay. That's kind of like how the fan made stuff that they did for Baldur's Gate when they basically took the Baldur's Gate 2 engine and applied it to Baldur's Gate 1.
Yeah, I might imagine it's that, but we will see.
Ooh.
Makes sense. All right. Well, guys, anything else before we wrap up?
I've got one item, but I don't know how deep down the rabbit hole this will go. So I'll screen share real quick so you guys see what I'm talking about. But I have a little item here that is
Oh, that was you
video
brought up
here.
last week. You
Yeah,
thought this earlier this week.
So it finally it's funny because just Monday or Sunday, I guess if you will, they decided to post this late, and now they're finally pulling back the curtain to show how Digital Foundry gets all their numbers and their statistics, and it's not surprising because at the crux of it is they do essentially what anybody without access to the hardware would do, and they literally just capture the output of what goes into what should be going to a TV and counting completed frames using a proprietary algorithm. So for those that aren't paying attention or you're not looking at the screen or whatever, so Digital Foundry just released a YouTube video about how they come up with these comparisons when they do side-by-side tests of Witcher 3, Halo 3, and which version is the best and all this other kind of crap, right? And nobody ever really seemed to ask, except for I don't know, nerdy people like me, how do you come up with this information? Because everybody else that does it, they're pretty transparent in how they come across and give you their information. So Anantech, PC some of these other outlets out there, they show you exactly how they measure frame rate or how they come across the tests for doing IOPS and things like that, so you know which is the better performing piece of hardware, whether they're reviewing hard drives, video cards, or whatever, and they show you exactly how they run their tests. Digital Foundry, for I don't know how long have they been doing this? Basically since Lens of Truth wasn't a source anymore. So maybe the better part of 8 or 9 years, they've been doing these comparisons of games for the past generation or two, almost with nobody's policing them at all. Nobody is even actually asking where the stuff is coming from, but everybody's using them as a source to include all the press that pays to get information from them and video game publishers that send it to them so they could test it. So it kind of blows my mind once I found out all they're doing is taking a really expensive capture card and pulling it in 10 by 10 so you can get the full 120, 150, maybe 200 megabytes per second of data, raw data, and then they're just flipping through each frame one at a time and analyzing them. They've got this program that they were using to analyze differences in frames, well, just differences in pixels, really. They expanded it to a full frame. They just defined what the range is or whatever, that they apparently have been working on since 2009. Not really that accurate when you come down to it. So there's other people that have done the same thing with direct capture, and what they really do, they measure it both coming from the console or the computer, if you will, as well as in between the computer and the display, so you see what's designed for the display and what's not. Because a lot of the times the drop frames that these people are talking about when they do these comparisons, you don't even see them when they get to the actual TV, because your TV is NSTC, is broadcast standard. So 59.9 frames per second in Mario Kart, you're not going to see because your TV is 59.94 frames per second. So the full 60 frames per second is what you would see because your TV would have made up the difference anyway. And so the type of stuff that they're bringing to you isn't exactly fit and fiddle to what the average consumer will see. And there's a bunch of different articles some other people have done to show the comparison between what a PC gamer would see and what a console gamer would see versus, say, a TV with a standard refresh rate of anywhere between 60 to 120 hertz to the PC gamer that can play all the way up to 4K and 240 hertz, if you will. So they don't really do that. And now that they finally brought this information out, and it's information that people have been using for frame rating outside of Fraps for the past 5 years, I'm kind of wondering why this industry-leading technology that they're using to measure frame rates for consoles is even being taken serious. I'm sorry, but I own a black magic card. I could do the same damn thing and look at it with my eyes and catch them all. Sorry, but yeah. So basically, you're flipping through frame by frame, and you're looking to see if there's a complete frame from top to bottom. And if there's any discarded information at the top or bottom, they continue on in another frame, and you continue until you get a full frame of information, and then you account that towards your total. So that's literally all you would do, and they did it with a program or whatever, I guess, to make it look a little cool or whatever, or so they can gather the information a lot faster. But I mean, time and a team could really do the same thing, and it'd probably be even more accurate at this point, especially for a lot of these games. And you only need to know how many frames per second you're doing. So, oh my God, a whopping 60 frames. Whatever will we do if I have to count 60? Just saying. So, yeah, so that they finally pulled the curtain back on that, and it's surprising and not surprising at the same time, because the quote-unquote industry-leading technology that they're using to measure this isn't really expensive at all. I mean, on the consumer side, you can get a setup for what they have. You would probably need a beefy PC for it, but the card itself, you can get one for $200.
What? And did they explain why they decided to bring it to light now in the video? Because I haven't seen the video yet.
No, they just said people have been asking for a long time, so we'll finally show you. Basically, is the gist of what they were talking about.
That sounds suspect, because they kept that on lock and key forever. It has to be more than just that. But anyways, whatever. Just don't mind me. I overthink at times.
Okay. Well, peeps, that's gonna be it for today. We're gonna get our sign offs, and we'll catch you guys on Sunday. Jamie, why don't you give your sign off?
Well, guys, thanks for having me. It's great to be back, because I've had a lot of other things going on at the moment, but hopefully I'll be able to come back for a lot more. So, yeah, it was good to talk to you. All
right, Vicky.
It's been fun as always, and I enjoyed listening to all the talk.
Okay. Shep.
Good Shepherd, ADHD specialist. It was a good chat. See you all later.
All right. Shadow.
All right. Rogue Ninja K9 Descent. Sorry I confused everybody at the last minute again, but do you play games to have fun or to impress other people? I'll probably be doing a video on this to explain it a little bit more, but yeah.
Gotcha. Kaiser.
Let's check that out.
Well, guys, it was good to be back on this podcast, and as always, enjoy the games you want to play.
All right. And Quan.
Well, it was a pleasure as always, guys. I know I haven't been around in like ages, but I'll be back. I'll be back here. And as I always say, whatever's clever.
All right. And this is me, your humble host, Jay. We will see you guys on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.